The Bellamy Brothers. The Bellamy Brothers are an American pop. The duo had considerable musical success in the 1970s and 1980s, starting with the release of their crossover hit Let Your Love Flow in 1976, a #1 single on the Billboard Hot 100. Starting in the late 1970s, the Bellamy Brothers found success in country music as well, charting 10 #1 singles, 25 top 10, and more than 50 hits overall on the country charts. To date, they have released more than 50 albums, primarily on Curb Records. They have also enjoyed success in continental Europe, with a compilation album topping the Norwegian charts in 2011 and over 2 dozen hit songs that were released outside the U.S. market. In 2013, their album Bellamy Brothers and Friends Across the Sea landed at #5 in the Swiss music chart and took the top spot in album sales for weeks in Switzerland. It was their third major release in Europe in 3 years. Their album Mermaid Cowgirl, recorded in Switzerland and released in 2014, won them gold record status in Switzerland. They also recorded 4 albums in Germany, with Ralph Siegel for release to the European market. Early life. David and Howard Bellamy were inspired by many musical sources from an early age. Their father played country music around the house and was also a member of a local Western swing band. In addition, they were inspired by the rock and roll music their sister played. Despite having never had formal music training, both brothers learned how to play guitar, mandolin, and banjo. In addition, David learned accordion, fiddle, organ, and piano. Their first musical gig was in 1968 at a benefit concert with their father in San Antonio, Florida, at the Rattlesnake Roundup. Their first paid gigs were playing fraternity parties at the University of Florida. Soon after, the brothers moved to Atlanta and formed a band called Jericho. However, playing in bands and clubs proved tiresome for the brothers, who soon moved back home. The brothers were soon noticed by a friend of recording artist Jim Stafford, who eventually recorded Spiders and Snakes, written by Stafford and David. Spiders and Snakes went on to become a top 5 hit, providing the Bellamys with the money to move to Los Angeles. Howard became a road manager for Stafford. Music career. 1970s, 1980s and 1990s. After the success of If I Said You Had a Beautiful Body Would You Hold It Against Me, the brothers continued with a run of country hits, including tunes such as Redneck Girl, Santa Fe, and the social commentary pieces Old Hippie and Kids of the Baby Boom. Billboard named the Bellamy Brothers as top country duo, and they eventually went on to set the record for most duo nominations from both the Academy of Country Music and Country Music Association. The brothers worked on a number of collaborative efforts with other musicians during this period. They recorded Too Much Is Not Enough with the Forrester Sisters in 1986 and Drive South with them in 1990. In 1993, they recorded Stayin' in Love with Freddie Fender and Flaco Jimenez. In 1997, they recorded Catahoula with Eddie Raven and Joel Sunyer, while in 1997, they recorded Everyone's Somebody's Darling with Nicolette Larson. In 1999, they recorded Don't Put Me in the X-Files with Buck Owens, and that same year they recorded Vertical Expression with Freddie Fender and then with Eduardo Arajo. In 1991, the Bellamys switched to Atlantic Records. Their tenure there produced one album before the duo formed their own label, Bellamy Brothers Records. They were one of the first country music artists to have their own record label and have been licensing albums from their own record label for 25 years. In 1999, they switched to Blue Hat Records for their Lonely Planet album. 2000s. In 2005, the Bellamys returned to Curb Records to record Angels and Outlaws Volume 1, a compilation album featuring re-recordings of the duo's older hits with additional artists, including Dolly Parton, George Jones, Alan Jackson, Tanya Tucker, and Montgomery Gentry. A re-recorded version of If I Said You Had a Beautiful Body, Would You Hold It Against Me, featuring Dolly Parton, spent 1 week at number 60 on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart in 2005. In March 2007, Redneck Girl was covered by Blake Shelton on the soundtrack to The Dukes of Hazzard, The Beginning. The Bellamys released an album of gospel music, titled Jesus Is Coming, on May 8, 2007. Its title track was previously recorded on Native American in 1995. The album received 2 Dove Award nominations, and a second gospel album, Pray for Me, was released in 2012. They had many guest singers on this album. Their sister Ginger sang with them on the song Supper Time, and Deborah Allen sang background vocals with Vicky Hampton on the album. Irish actor and musician Kieran McHugh played penny whistle for the song Hymn to Him. In 2008, the song Let Your Love Flow was used in the Barclaycard advert for their new contactless cards. The song re-entered the UK singles chart at no. 48 based on downloads, peaked at no. 21 in the pop charts in March 2009, and was listed on BMI list of top 100 song of the century at no. 68. A cover by Petra Haddon was used in a 2010 Toyota Prius commercial. The anthology Vol. 1 was released in 2009 and includes the single Guilty of the Crime, which is a collaboration with the Bacon Brothers. The video features Shannon Doherty of Beverly Hills 90,210 fame. Both sets of brothers performed the song together on the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, Tennessee, on September 1, 2009. In 2010, the Bellamys recorded the Greatest Hits sessions with Swiss rock star Gola Marco Futi, and the project sold double platinum in Europe. It was at number 1 of the Swiss Schweizer hit parade for 7 weeks. In 2011, they created BB and G Platinum with Gola. Then, in 2014, they teamed up again with Gola and recorded Mermaid Cowgirl in Switzerland. They achieved gold record status in Switzerland with this album. In June 2010, their song Jalapenos, about the problems of political correctness, was banned before it could even be released to radio because of its profanity. The video became a major YouTube hit with almost 3 million views. In 2012, the Bellamy Brothers collaborated with Austrian Schlager singer DJ Ötzi to create the album Simply the Best. It was DJ Ötzi's first full English-language album, and entered the German album charts at number 3. In June 2014, Rolling Stone magazine ranked Old Hippie #95 in their list of the 100 greatest country songs. During these years, the brothers worked on many other collaborative song efforts as well. They recorded Hello, Lady Harley with Truck Stop in 2003, worked with Alan Jackson in 2005, and collaborated with Thomas Storr in 2007. In April 2018, the group released the memoir Let Your Love Flow: The Life and Times of the Bellamy Brothers. The Bellamys then released their album Over the Moon in 2019, which consisted of 14 original songs written and recorded at the Bellamy studio on their Darby ranch. Honky Tonk Ranch. In 2018, the brothers became the feature of the reality television series Honky Tonk Ranch, which aired on the Cowboy Channel and RFD TV. The series follows the Bellamys in addition to their friends and family. A second season of Honky Tonk Ranch aired in 2019. In 2020, the show moved to the Circle Network, where seasons 1 and 2 aired along with season 3. Personal life. In the late 1990s, David's sons Noah and Jess became active in the music scene. They currently perform as the duo Jess and Noah. The Bellamy Brothers live in Darby, Florida, on a 200-acre ranch, where they raise Brahman cattle and quarter horses, with 3 generations of their family living in the compound. The ranch is also the location of the recording studio, where much of their work is recorded. In 2020, the brothers partnered with a Florida medical cannabis company called TrueLeaf to produce a signature line of cannabis products named Old Hippie Stash. Hippie Stash, 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 said David. Cannabis has helped Howard and me on many levels. There was a stigma for so long, but now people are talking about it seriously and considering cannabis as an alternative for stress, anxiety, pain management, and many other health factors. Discography. Honors and awards. Grammy nomination for Best Country Performance by a Duo or Group and Best Country and Western Song 1980. Named the Most Promising Group of the Year by CMA 1980. Lifetime membership of the Federation of International Country Air Personalities 1982. Named Top Country Duo by Billboard 1982. Record for the most UO nominations in both the Academy of Country Music ACM and the Country Music Association Awards CMA. Let Your Love Flow placed on the BMI list of the top 100 most played songs of the 20th century 1999. Received 2 Dove nominations for Jesus Is Coming. Members of the German Country Music Hall of Fame, only American members with the exception of Johnny Cash, Johnny Cash, Johnny Cash, Johnny Cash. Old Hippie named by Rolling Stone as one of its top 100 greatest country songs of all time 2014. Inducted into the Florida Artists Hall of Fame 2018. Tours. The brothers have 200 or more concert dates worldwide each year. They have had concerts in the United States, Europe, Australia, and South Africa, and have been to distant from their U.S.-based places like Dubai, Saudi Arabia, India, Sri Lanka, New Caledonia, Qatar, the Faroe Islands, and the Czech Republic. In 1999, the Bellamy brothers played for American troops stationed in Bosnia, and on Easter Sunday 2000, they gave a concert for American troops in war-torn Kosovo, as well as a concert at a remote camp in Macedonia. In 2014, they toured in India and Sri Lanka and made history as the first country music act touring in those Asian countries. In 2019 and 2020, the Bellamy brothers participated in Blake Shelton's Friends and Heroes tour. Charities. The brothers have traveled around the world playing benefit concerts for American troops abroad, including performances throughout Germany, Italy, Japan, Guam, South Korea, Bosnia, and Kosovo. When they played at Camp on Steel in Kosovo in 2000, it was the first time that the base had allowed a band to play. In 2011, the brothers supported earthquake victims in New Zealand when they joined the New Zealand Red Cross and Judy Seal International to raise support through live auctions. In 2016, the Bellamy brothers partnered with the Susan G. Komen Foundation to release a video for Let Your Love Flow. They supported the foundation's breast cancer research by donating $1